Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to watch episode number 4 from season 5 of Outlander now in my push to make it through to March 6th, or the premiere date for the new season. Looks like Jamie and Claire have a new baby in their lives, so we're going to see how that's going to work out for them. And we still have Bonnet hanging out there over everyone's heads. And everybody knows it, but not everyone knows that everyone knows it. So like I said, I'm continuing my push to get through the rest of this season before the premiere of episode 1 of season 6. So I want to go ahead and jump into this video and see where we go. Now, if you're interested in supporting the channel and you'd like to see some of my full-length reactions, you can head over to my Patreon page at patreon.com/31mike. Now let's go ahead and jump into the episode. He's handy with a coin. Flipping heads and tails for what?
Hello, the house?
I done it.
Oh.
Do not move.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm Captain Roger Mackenzie.
We saw you up the road, Morton, you bastard. You paid for what you did.
Oh. Did they just kill him?
What do you want with Martin? None of your concern.
Hand him over.
Well, they're going to have to answer this.
Well, not unless Morton's secretly a corrupt tax collector in disguise.
Isaiah! Please, Isaiah, say you'll do right by me.
No, okay.
Don't hurt him!
To do right by
Alicia,
her, so
I'd rather die than be without
something
him.
needs to be done right by.
Shouting.
Oh, Lord, give me courage.
Well, they have to answer this. They've been fired upon.
We're gonna need some of that whiskey for this. Are you sure? Give a full bottle, please.
Stand down! Stand down!
Well, I don't think that was the answer they should have given when they're fired upon. You're basically attacked. You have to respond to that.
I'd be to town for sugar and savoury dumplings again.
Well, we all know you're sweet enough.
Ah, stop
Oh,
your
well, there's a
nonsense.
coin.
Mrs. Bug? Where did Jimmy get this?
While you were collecting the post, a man ruffled Jemmy's hair and gave him a coin.
Did he say anything?
He said, "What a handsome lad." And did he take after his mother or his father?
And then just gave him a coin. Did he say anything else?
He was Irish, you see, so, of course, once they get talking about this and that, it can take all day.
What did he look like?
A gentleman he was, fair and strong.
Did he have a scar here?
I'm sorry, I didn't recall. I hope you don't think I would ever let the bairn come and harm Sweet.
No, I know. I just
So it was
know all
Bonnet?
about the Irish gift of the gab, that's all. Don't want Jemmy's mind filled with superstitious nonsense about luck. Just forget about it.
Of course, how would Bonnet know who he is? Brianna wasn't around, so how would Bonnet know that that was her son? How would Bonnet even know that she had a son?
It's tolerable, I'll admit.
Then perhaps I can propose a toast.
To the men of Brownsville and to the men of the Fraser's Company.
We've come to notify you of your obligation to provide men.
Obligation. The only present obligation I have is to my daughter.
What could a young lad like Morton possibly have done that can't be resolved over a drink?
That bastard's cost me a fortune. Morton got to her first. Ford won't marry a harlot.
If he knew he had this problem waiting for him, why did he go back?
You and your man can stay the night. But when you go on your way tomorrow, Morton won't be joining you.
Roger can't let that stand. The people can't just come and take your men. Not if you want your men to stay loyal to you.
To see you we have earned, Sassenach. I could watch you hold her all day.
Something he was never able to do.
I hope we're not too far from Brownsville. She won't do well on goat's milk alone.
We should be there before dusk. In a flash. We'll find someone to nurse wee Bonnie.
And what then? Do we bring a newborn all the way to Hillsborough? I'm not sure it's the best way to put the fear of God into the regulators. Unless they're afraid of a few dirty diapers.
Surest way to send any man scurrying for cover.
Yeah, Jamie never did get a chance to see Claire with a baby. Faith died while he was in prison. And Brianna was born while she was in the future.
Some of the men, Robertson, Morrison, and a few others, they're gone.
Gone? What do you mean gone? Gone where?
They don't respect what you did.
What did? I had to do something.
I know. I agree. But they didn't. I'm sorry I tried.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, you can't give up a man like that if you want your men to stay loyal. And I have a feeling Jamie's not going to be too pleased about it when he gets here now.
We've secured you and your brother's indenture papers. You want to see Mr. Beardsley again?
They're going to tell him he's dead?
Well, she's gone. For good. She left her baby with us.
Didn't know she was with child. Kezzy told me the mistress may have lain with. There's a man, a former slave. He came looking for work once or twice.
Oh, he was a former slave. Okay.
Then, all of us, we are free.
Aye, lad.
Yep, you're free.
Fergus. Is that our whiskey?
Wait, my lord. There was a small difficulty.
Before you explain, I also
Small
have a
difficulty.
small difficulty.
Congratulations. You work fast, Lord.
The baby needs milk urgently. Are there any nursing mothers around?
Mothers, no. But the lady of the house will surely be able to help.
What's this difficulty Fergus told me about?
A wee bit of a misunderstanding on our arrival.
And you cleared it up with our whiskey.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Where are Morrison and Scott? Pissed drunk already?
No. They left.
Yeah.
And with them 3 more.
Left? Why?
Now he has to come clean.
You allowed Lionel Brown to do this to one of your men.
They wanted to blow Morton to smithereens.
That's what I was saying. You don't allow that to
I
happen.
had to agree to some kind of temporary confinement.
And what were you going to do once the whiskey ran out?
I was hoping you would arrive before that happened, and you did.
So Roger didn't want to handle the situation. He was hoping someone stronger would show up to handle it.
You ken the meaning of the word captain, Professor Mackenzie. Is that one you can explain to me? Your men left because you betrayed their trust. Those who remain won't have much faith left. They swore to follow us into battle, to risk their lives. As captain, you must honour their loyalty above all else.
And what good is loyalty if the men are hurt or worse?
That's exactly what I was saying.
I was responsible for that too.
If you have dishonoured the Brown's daughter, you must marry her and put matters to rights. You don't have much choice, Isaiah.
I would, Colonel, but I canna. Regretfully, I already have a wife.
Oh, that complicates matters.
I can understand the Browns wants to see you drawn and quartered. Still, you made a vow to your wife and broke it. You swore an oath to me How can I be certain you wouldn't break it before day's end? You must leave. Can I show your face here again? I'm in no trouble for you. As your colonel, I'll take care of your trouble. What's stopping you?
I'll never see Ali again.
Go.
Not if you want to live.
It'll be better for both of you.
See, now that's a leader. And that wasn't Roger.
They'll come looking for him. And they will only find him.
And that's going to cause trouble. See, Roger just made the situation even worse.
So, Mistress Beardsley disappeared and left us with the child. When we went outside, we found Mr. Beardsley's grave.
She probably killed the bastard.
No, Jamie killed him.
So the babe's dark. Aaron Beardsley wasn't the father.
No.
Annie Beardsley may be strange, but she isn't the first woman to find herself in an unsuitable situation. She certainly won't be the last.
Yeah. I think Claire just picked up on that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Funny you should spill cider on it, in fact. I don't know who these physicians think they are these days, right into the broadsheets with their wisdom.
It speaks of means to prevent becoming with child. A woman is most fertile between the 11th. It is improper to speak of such things in company.
May I see that?
Trust you to draw her attention to that vulgar nonsense. Have you no compassion for your cousin?
Was that what Claire was writing up an episode or two ago?
Would it be all right if I take this? I could use it to light a fire.
That's all it's good for.
Thank you for your kindness. What should Roger have done?
He had command of near 24 men. One word from him, the Browns would have been outnumbered. Instead, he had them stand down and give up one of his own. Actions have consequences, Sassenach.
Yes, I know they do. But everyone can make a mistake. Here, look at this.
Who's Dr. Rawlings?
Oh, that is her.
You. Beecham, Randall, Fraser, now Rawlings. You have another husband I should ken about.
Who would have submitted it to the printer without me knowing?
Oh, wait a minute.
Casks, you say, huh?
Aye.
Fergus went in to get a piece of paper, and there was something written on it. That must have been one of Claire's pages.
Fergus, that advertisement you took to the printer. Remember the paper you wrote on? Did it have writing on the other side?
There was. Why?
The printer must have decided to use it. Very respectable name, after all. Dr. Rawlings.
Do you think it will cause us any trouble? I mean, will anyone associated with Fergus or the Ridge?
Not unless someone tries to find the author. Invite him to speak on how bloodletting is a harmful practice.
He's gone. He's gone.
Uh-oh.
Morton's gone. He's gone.
Now it's going to hit the fan.
Morton's gone.
Who's this?
What in God's name's going on?
I'm Colonel James Fraser. Any harm done to Morton will be considered an act of aggression against my militia, formed by His Excellency Governor Trine. I'll have no choice but to consider you traitors to the crown. No better than the regulators we were sent to disperse.
Who you calling a traitor?
Stop, brother.
That's not going to go over well.
Well, I am going to talk to Colonel Fraser. Come to an understanding.
Well, at least he's reasonable. Seems reasonable, anyway.
So if you have come recruiting, you could not have found any better men in all the Carolinas.
So they're going to provide men?
With you. But they'll all be answering to me.
As long as we're in agreement, you'll answer to me.
Could this be a trick, though, to get whatever his name is? I don't remember his name offhand. The one they want to kill. Well, they kind of focused on the kids when she went outside. And now she looks like she's feeling a little spooked. Are they going to be gone? Yep, one of them's gone. Hers is gone.
Jimmy? Jimmy? Jimmy?
She wasn't gone that long. He couldn't have gone far.
Jimmy? Jimmy!
Intent on finding his precious trinket. That's all.
Well, now she's going to have to come clean about who he is. And she should have come clean all along. So they could all be on the lookout.
Connor Brown.
Hiram Brown.
Phineas Brown.
Abner Brown.
Well, I think it is Brownsville, right?
I hope you don't think we're a family of ill repute with all that's happened. Perhaps God sent you to bring us the babe for a reason. If you're looking for a home for her, we would care for her as if she's ours. You see, Lucinda's own was born too little. She passed.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Mistress Fraser, I heard. Is Isaiah truly gone?
Better he stay gone, considering your father's feelings about him.
Will you ask your husband if he sees Isaiah again to tell him that I'll follow him wherever, I'll do whatever I must?
Isaiah Morton. I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you this.
He's already married.
He's already married.
Yep. She didn't know that.
What do you mean?
You tell my husband. Oh, he's also not worth your tears.
No one else will ever want me.
Alicia. Are you with child?
Oh, well, I had assumed that when she came running out in the street.
You gonna tell me what kind of devil you conjured?
I did, didn't I? I conjured everything up somehow.
I can't help you if I didn't get what you're thinking.
It's my own fault. I shouldn't have let Jimmy out of my sight.
Nothing happened. I never told you this. I killed my father. He'd beat us. Hand, belt, pot, wherever was close, whenever he felt the urge. I wished him dead. And then one day, he was arrested as a Jacobite. Though I prayed every night for God to take him, I let my mind be consumed by thoughts of all the terrible things that could happen to him. He died in prison. I killed him.
So she's
You didn't kill him.
thinking metaphorically.
You see, thinking, no matter how hard or long, doesn't make something come true. Or else I'd be the queen of some castle filled with jewels and fine wines.
We didn't spend a day in hell to secure the safety of those lads, to see them suffer now. Kill them both. And return to me. Roger Mac. Come dawn, you will escort Claire home.
Why?
I need to take the twins back to my surgery.
What about the militia? And Hillsborough? I made you a captain without time to prepare you or teach you what the word meant.
From the old French capitaine via the Latin.
Lead my wife home.
He wants to get rid of Roger. Roger's a bit of a liability.
Don't worry. We'll be back with them if we...
But he also needs Roger to make sure
That
Claire gets
concerns
home
me.
safe.
Doesn't have any faith in me.
just entrusted you with the one thing he loves most.
That's very true. Of course, Claire can take care of herself, so maybe Claire's the one entrusted with Roger. No, he doesn't look happy at all.
I hope my mother-in-law told you that if you're looking for a good home...
We don't mind keeping her. Are you quite sure?
It's not her fault how she came into this world.
And we have plenty of room to spare now.
She wouldn't lack for anything, if you'll allow it.
Well, I kind of thought that baby was going to be Claire and Jamie's. Maybe they're going to leave her here. This is like the dance that we saw last season in 1970 or at that festival. A little less graceful, though. I guess we're going to see how well he does it. Then didn't Myrta try to do this when they were out searching for Jamie? Not very well.
Can you recite the alphabet backwards?
I expect so. English or Greek.
I don't think I could do the alphabet backwards, not very quickly.
There's a question I want to ask you.
What?
Do you want wee Bonnie?
The baby.
You want to keep her? I've seen how you would have looked with free. I thought maybe this might be the last chance for us to raise a bairn together.
What would you think if she stayed?
She's thinking of giving the baby away, and he's thinking of keeping the baby.
It's been suggested. She'd be in good hands.
Bonnie comes with a deed to the Beardsley property. After trouble with Alicia, be a welcome addition to the Browns estate. I have no life but you, Claire. But if you wanted another child, I thought that perhaps I might give you one. One that you wouldn't have to suffer carrying.
Can she carry one now, though? I don't remember how old she is.
But if it's at all possible, I love you even more for wanting to take the chance. And Marceline and Fergus. Well, I'm sure they will keep the ridge sufficiently populated if that's what you're worried about.
Now that lass is with child. Every time Fergus lays eyes upon her.
What was that?
That was a gunshot.
Oh. She's trying to kill herself.
Alicia!
I meant the bullet from my heart. Let us get her home. Come. Shh. Come.
Hero.
I'm all alone. I can't live without Isaiah.
You are not alone. And your baby is worth living for.
He didn't know she was pregnant.
Jamie, could you find some whiskey? Settle her nerves.
Well, she's pregnant. She shouldn't be drinking whiskey, but of course, they didn't know that back then. Oh, he's back.
What in God's name are you doing here? Yeah, what sort of man gets a lass with child? I've no right to give it his name.
No, he didn't know either.
Now you best leave.
No.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't wish to do you harm, but I must see Ali. Please, help me see her.
I was just thinking, I wonder if they had divorced back then, but I do remember Jocasta, I think it was, saying that Presbyterians believed in divorce.
Is it true? You with child?
Complicated situation.
Is it true you're married? Yes. I do love her.
Oh, who's this?
I have the muster roll here, Colonel. I just wanted to...
Martin?
What are you thinking coming back? I'm a fool, as you said. As are you. And as is the Colonel. Are you both telling me that if someone told you to leave, told you that you'd never see Mistress Mackenzie or Mistress Fraser again, you'd stand for it? That you'd obey without a fight? If either of you would go and leave the women you love with all your hearts, say it now. Say you'd go and I'll walk out of here without another word.
They're not going to say it. They seem to be softening their stance a little bit.
So I was biding my time. I had to wait for nightfall to prove it to you. Will you have me? It may be bold and reckless and foolish, but how can I live without you?
Or I without you?
They can't stay here.
No, they can't stay there. They could go north. Or south. Start a new life. Where nobody knows him. Nobody knows he's married. They should have left a lot sooner than this. Oh. Yeah, they should have left under the cover of darkness. Send a stampede in the opposite direction. Yeah. Send the stampede in the opposite direction, distract them.
This wee devil, roaming about. Must have startled the horses.
They didn't take kindly to our cloven-hooved friends.
Yeah, they both look suspicious.
Adultery, betrayal, dishonor.
I think that scene was one
Excuses
from
could be
the
made, of
opening
course.
credits.
I know I made my own when I was separated from Frank by a power I didn't understand. And yet, wherever you are, you make choices. Foolish ones, or ones that save yourself or someone else. All you can hope for is that the good will outweigh the harm that may come of it.
Okay, well, that was episode 4 from season 5. We have, 7 or 8 more to go, and then the season's over, and we can get on to season 6 together. I'm just kind of wondering how they're going to deal with Bonnet, because that seems to be a recurring theme here. Brianna's really afraid of him coming back and taking her son. And it looked like there for a second maybe that had happened when he disappeared from the house. Though I kind of figured that it was something where he had just wandered off into a different room or something along those lines, because she wasn't gone that long. She wasn't gone long enough for him to get in there and get the baby out. And then we didn't see him on the road. Of course, he could have gone around the back of the house, I guess. Now, with Roger giving up that man, Isaiah, so easily and so quickly, showed that he couldn't be trusted. Not necessarily I'm talking about by Jamie, but by the other men. And the desertion of those other men that left because he gave that man up showed that that was the case. You can't just give up a man under your command without a fight. Not if you want to maintain loyalty among all of the men. And I knew once Roger kind of capitulated there, he was going to lose that loyalty. They were not going to trust him, because what's to say something could come up that he gives them up. Now with the baby, the little baby, I kind of thought they were going to keep the baby and raise the baby as their own, but now it looks like they're going to leave the baby there with that couple that lost their child, the one that was nursing this baby. So not exactly what I expected to take place. I just thought we were going to see Jamie and Claire raising a little baby. And it looked like Jamie was thinking the same thing. But Claire, I think she wants to leave the baby where it is and let them raise her. Now this alliance that they've formed, if you want to call it that, with the men of Brownsville, is that something that they can trust? both of these men look like they are very distrustful of Jamie, and they look very suspicious. Right there at the end, they looked very suspicious with their horses stampeding away. What are they going to do when they find out that his daughter, the one's daughter, is now missing? I would think they're going to put two and two together and figure that Jamie was somehow involved in her leaving, and most likely to be with this Isaiah. So that might cause some tensions at some point down the road here. So can they trust these men to remain loyal and not turn on them or turn against them? So we'll see how that goes going down the road here. So like I said, that was episode 4. I believe there's 8 more. I think there's 12 episodes in this season. So 8 more episodes to go, and then we'll be finished with season 5. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Help the channel out, help the channel to grow, and leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on episode number 5.